Be honest with me, how many times did you get up to use the bathroom last night? Once? Twice? Maybe 3, 4, or so many times you stopped counting? You crawl back into bed, hoping to drift off again, but the clock is ticking, your mind is awake, and when morning comes, you feel like you've barely slept at all. You tell yourself, well, that's just part of getting older. But deep down, you're tired. Not just tired from last night. Tired from the weeks, months, maybe even years of broken sleep. Here's the thing, it's not always your age, and it's not always your bladder's fault. What if I told you the way you drink water during the day, something so simple, something you've been doing your entire life, could be the reason your nights are restless? Yes, I'm talking about water. The healthiest drink on the planet. But if you drink it the wrong way, at the wrong time, it can rob you of your sleep, strain your heart, and even increase your risk of dangerous nighttime falls. And here's the twist, this isn't just about how much water you drink. It's about when you drink it, how you drink it, and even what you drink along with it. In the next few minutes, I'm going to walk you through the 5 biggest water drinking mistakes that keep seniors running to the bathroom at night. And number 4? Even many doctors don't talk about it, but once you understand it, it could completely change your nights. So, I need you to stay with me. Because if you're someone who's tired of waking up in the dark, fumbling to the bathroom half asleep, risking a stumble or a fall, this could be the turning point. Comment "sleep well" down below if you're ready to take back your nights. And of course, if you care about staying healthy, sharp, and strong in your golden years. Hit that subscribe button to join us here at Elderly Wisdom Tips. Let's start with the most common habit I see, and it's one that might be quietly stealing your sleep every single night. I once had a patient, Mr. Robert. Now, Robert was careful about his health. He knew water was good for him. But his days were busy, so he barely touched a glass until late in the afternoon. Then, once dinner came around, he'd sit down, drink 2 big glasses with his meal, another with his evening tea. And then, right before bed, he'd top it all off with one last large glass of water, just to stay hydrated. That night, he was up 7 times. 7. Every time he started to drift off, his bladder would tap him on the shoulder, "Excuse me, we need to go again." By morning, Robert wasn't just tired, he was drained. Here's what was happening. Your kidneys don't clock out at night. They're always filtering your blood, always removing waste, always balancing your fluids. When you pour most of your daily water into your system late in the evening, your bladder fills much faster while you're sleeping. It's like trying to sleep next to a faucet that's dripping into a bucket. It doesn't take long before the bucket's full, and you have to get up to empty it. The problem is, a lot of people think they're doing something good when they load up on water before bed. They think, "I didn't drink much today, I'll make up for it now." But your body doesn't work that way. You can't catch up on hydration in one sitting, it's not a bank account. What you're really doing is forcing your bladder to become your alarm clock, and trust me, it's not the kind of wake-up call you want. So here's what works better. Spread your water intake evenly from morning to late afternoon. Make a habit of sipping regularly, after you wake up, with lunch, mid-afternoon. Then, in the last 2 or 3 hours before bedtime, start easing back. You don't have to cut out fluids completely. But keep it light, just enough to wet your mouth if you're thirsty. Even this one change, shifting your water earlier in the day, can mean fewer bathroom trips and deeper, more restful sleep. But timing isn't the only mistake. Because even if you drink at the right hours, what you drink could still be waking you up at night. Let's talk about something that catches a lot of people off guard, the sneaky drinks in your diet that might be sending you to the bathroom long after you've finished them. I remember Mary, she's 72, sharp as a tack, and swore she didn't drink much before bed. She told me, "I only have my herbal tea in the evening, and that's healthy, right?" But when I asked what kind, she smiled and said, "Oh, hibiscus, it's good for my blood pressure. Well, here's the twist: hibiscus is a natural diuretic. That means it gently pushes your kidneys to make more urine. So while Mary thought she was winding down for the night, her kidneys were quietly clocking in for overtime. By midnight, she was already making her first sleepy trip to the bathroom. And it's not just hibiscus. Caffeine, whether from coffee, black tea, green tea, or even some sodas, can still be active in your system hours later. Alcohol, too, acts as a diuretic, so that evening glass of wine can mean extra nighttime bathroom visits. Even certain decaf teas still contain enough compounds to nudge your kidneys into overdrive. The misconception here is a big one. People assume only coffee in the morning is the culprit. But the truth is, even drinks we think of as healthy, calming, or harmless can trigger more urine production. You might not feel the effect right away, but it's waiting for you, and it often shows up just as you've fallen into your deepest sleep. The fix? Keep your evenings diuretic-free. If you like a warm drink before bed, go for something bladder-friendly. Like warm water, chamomile tea, or a mild caffeine-free herbal blend that's proven not to increase urination. That way you still get the comfort without the consequence. But here's the thing, even if you choose the right drinks, there's another habit that can still sabotage your nights. And it has nothing to do with what you drink, and everything to do with how you drink it. I once had a patient who made a point to drink a big glass of water every single night right before bed. She told me she'd read online that it flushes toxins from the body while you sleep. And sure, that sounded healthy on the surface. But the only thing it really flushed was her sleep. Here's why. When you chug water, especially a large amount all at once, you're stretching your bladder like a balloon. The bladder is lined with nerve receptors, and when it stretches suddenly, those receptors send urgent messages to your brain: we're full, it's time to go. Even if your bladder isn't truly full, that sudden stretch can make it feel like an emergency. Your body doesn't need water in big bursts. It's not like filling up a gas tank. In fact, your body works best when you hydrate steadily, in small amounts, throughout the day. That gives your cells time to absorb the water they need, and it prevents those sudden bladder alarms that jolt you awake at 2 a.m. But here's the common misconception. People think the more water you drink at once, the healthier you are. They picture their body instantly flushing out toxins, cleaning the system, and working more efficiently. But in reality, it's not giving your body extra benefits, it's just giving your bladder extra work. The fix is simple: sip, don't gulp. Make it a habit to take smaller drinks more often, first thing in the morning, mid-morning, lunchtime, and mid-afternoon. This way, your bladder stays calmer, your kidneys aren't overloaded, and your nights are much less likely to be interrupted. And now, here's where it gets interesting. Because the next tip? It's something that surprises a lot of people, even some doctors don't think to mention it. But for many seniors, this could be the hidden reason you're still waking up to use the bathroom, even if you've timed your water perfectly and chosen the right drinks. I once spoke with a retired teacher, Linda, who was frustrated beyond words. She told me, "I don't drink a drop after dinner. Not one. And I still get up 2 or 3 times every night." When I looked closer, the answer became clear the moment I noticed her ankles, swollen, tight, and heavy by the end of the day. Here's what was happening. During the day, when you sit for long periods or even stand in one place for too long, gravity slowly pulls fluid down into your legs and feet. You might notice your socks leaving marks or your shoes feeling tighter by evening. That fluid isn't gone, it's just waiting there. Then, when you finally lie down at night, gravity is no longer holding it in your legs. That fluid moves back into your bloodstream, and your kidneys see it as extra liquid that needs filtering. And of course, the more they filter, the more urine your bladder collects, right in the middle of your night's rest. Most people never connect the dots. They think, "I'm not drinking, so why am I still waking up?" But nighttime urination isn't always about your bladder, it can be about your circulation. The good news is, you can get ahead of this. If you tend to have swollen legs or ankles, try elevating your legs for 20 to 30 minutes before bedtime. Put your feet up so they're slightly above heart level, on a pillow or the arm of your couch. This encourages the trapped fluid to drain earlier, giving your kidneys time to filter it before you're asleep. It's a small habit, but for many, it makes a huge difference: fewer bathroom trips, deeper sleep, and less morning fatigue. And now, we've reached our final point, one that has nothing to do with how much you drink, or even what you drink. This is about a simple bladder habit, one you might not even realize you're doing, that could be silently training your body to wake you up at night. I remember a woman named Claire. Every night, just before bed, she'd make one last trip to the bathroom, nothing unusual there. But somewhere along the way, she developed another habit. Around midnight, she'd wake up, not because she felt the urge, but because she thought, "I'd better go, just in case." At first, it seemed harmless. But here's what happened. Over time, her bladder got used to that midnight visit. It learned the pattern. And soon, even when she didn't need to go, her body would wake her up right on schedule, like clockwork, just to stick to the routine. That's the thing about your bladder, it's not just a storage tank, it's a quick learner. If you keep emptying it unnecessarily, it starts to expect that, and it sends you signals earlier and more often. It's like training a puppy, you reward the behavior, and it keeps doing it, even when you don't want it to. A lot of people believe those preemptive trips are preventing a problem, avoiding an accident, avoiding discomfort. And yes, sometimes they can help in certain situations. But if you do them too often, you might actually create the problem you're trying to avoid. So here's the better approach: break the cycle slowly. If you're in the habit of going at midnight when you don't truly feel the urge, start by delaying it just 5 to 10 minutes. Let your bladder stretch a little. Over time, that delay helps retrain your body so it stops waking you up automatically. It's not an overnight fix, but the payoff is worth it. You'll teach your bladder to work with you instead of against you, and you just might find yourself sleeping through the hours you once thought were impossible to reclaim. I know it's frustrating, and sometimes even frightening, to feel your body changing in ways you can't quite control. Waking up over and over again in the middle of the night isn't just about losing sleep. It chips away at your confidence. It makes you more cautious about going places or staying overnight somewhere. It can make you feel less independent, and it can quietly steal the peace of mind you've spent a lifetime building. For many people, nocturia isn't just a nuisance. It's a reminder that they're getting older, and that can feel heavy. But here's the truth you need to hold on to: now that you understand the triggers, you have something you didn't have before: control. You don't have to accept this as just the way things are. You can make changes that make a difference. And they don't have to be overwhelming or complicated. So here's my challenge to you: try even one of the changes we've talked about tonight. Maybe it's shifting your water earlier in the day. Maybe it's swapping your evening drink for something gentler on your bladder. Or maybe it's taking the time to elevate your legs before bed. Just pick one and see what happens. You might notice a difference in just a few nights. And with each improvement, you'll feel more in control of your nights, your mornings, and your days. Because you deserve more than restless nights and groggy mornings. You deserve to wake up feeling clear-headed, energized, and ready to enjoy the life you've built. With a few mindful habits, that's not just possible, it's within your reach. And when you start reclaiming your sleep, you're not just protecting your health, you're protecting your freedom, your safety, and your joy. Let's take a quick moment to bring everything together. First, avoid late evening water loading. Shift most of your hydration earlier in the day so your bladder isn't on night shift. Second, watch out for hidden diuretics. That healthy, herbal tea or evening glass of wine may be secretly nudging you awake. Third, sip your water instead of gulping. Your body thrives on steady hydration, not sudden floods. Fourth, improve your leg circulation. Give your legs that gentle boost before bed so your bladder isn't surprised by a late-night fluid rush. And finally, break those unnecessary, just-in-case bathroom trips. Your bladder can learn better habits, and you can retrain it to respect your sleep. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these tips caught you off guard? Maybe it was the idea that your legs could be part of the problem. Or maybe you've already been doing one of these and want to share your results. And if you have your own nighttime bladder trick, share it in the comments. You never know, your experience might be exactly what someone else needs to hear to finally sleep through the night. If this video gave you something useful, something you can actually use tonight, then don't let it be the last one you see. Subscribe to Elderly Wisdom Tips so you never miss practical, down-to-earth health advice made for your golden years. And if you found it helpful, give it a like. It tells me to keep making more content like this for you. Thank you for spending this time with me. You've taken the first step toward reclaiming your rest. So, until we meet again, stay strong, stay wise, and may your nights be peaceful, and your mornings be bright. I'll see you in the next video.